Lila was a spunky 7-year-old explorer with a backpack full of snacks and a heart full of mischief. She loved adventures, but her favorite rule to break was the "stay on the path" rule. Her grandmother, a wise old woman with sharp loving blue eyes, always warned her. The forest has its own secrets. Lila, you must listen to the whispers of the path. One sun-drenched afternoon, while hunting for shiny beetles, Lila saw something glittering just beyond the gnarled roots of a great oak. It was a golden, iridescent feather, shimmering like captured starlight. She knew the path veered right, but the feather beckoned. She remembered her grandmother's words, but her feet had a mind of their own. She plunged into the thicket, her heart thumping with excitement. The air grew heavy and the sounds of the forest faded. The vibrant green of the ferns turned to a muted dusty gray. The forest felt strange, silent, and empty. The golden feather disappeared, replaced by the unsettling sight of trees with twisted angry-looking branches that seemed to reach for her. Panic began to bubble up inside her. Just then, a chorus of faint, high-pitched whispers filled the air. Turn back, they hummed. The path remembers where you are." Lila spun around, her eyes wide. She saw no one, but the whispers were everywhere, coming from the leaves, the stones, and the gentle breeze. They were the listeners her grandmother had spoken of. Which way, which way?" Lila cried, her voice trembling. The whispers grew louder, clearer, and more urgent. "Follow the sun's last light. Follow the sound of the stream." Lila looked up. A single, golden sunbeam pierced the canopy, pointing to a small, moss-covered rock. She scrambled toward it. When she got there, she heard the distant, gurgling sound of the stream. She ran, her small legs pumping, guided by the whispers and the sound she was now paying attention to. The deeper she went, the more the forest felt familiar. The gray light gave way to the warmth of the setting sun, and the angry branches seemed to straighten and smile. Finally, she burst out of the woods and onto the familiar path, her grandmother waiting patiently for her at the edge of the clearing. Her face was etched with worry, but a glimmer of relief shone in her eyes. Lila rushed into her arms, hugging her tightly. "I listened, Grandma," she whispered. "I listened to the listeners." From that day on, Lila still had her adventures, but she always stayed on the path, her ears tuned to the quiet whispers of the forest. She understood that some rules weren't meant to stop her from having fun, but to guide her safely to the greatest adventures of all, home.